Hello, good afternoon, students. Welcome back. Today, we will be doing MCQs of the chapter straight line. So, yeah, we'll be doing MCQ on straight line and we'll cover some of the topics. And the remaining part, obviously, we cannot cover every question in every type of question in one lecture. So, if something remains, we will cover into the next lecture. But our main aim is to solve questions. As it is a weekend class, I hope you have revised straight lines and then attending the lecture on MCQs. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. One second. Yeah. Okay. So here is the first question with these options. Let us try to read the question and think about it. I'll give you some 30 seconds to think about it and then we'll do the questions, right? So, first one. Equation of a line having intercepts A, B on axis such that we have been given to find equation of line. Now we know equation of line has many forms, out of which I prefer to use the slope point form. But whenever question has the mention of the words intercept, then I prefer to use double intercept form because it makes the calculations more easier. So either I will use 99% of the time I will use slope point form, or else if the question has information on double intercept, then we'll use double intercept form. So let's get started. So let us say, okay, the equation of line will be x upon a plus y upon b is equals to 1, where I have been given two conditions, that is a plus b is equals to 5 and a into b is equals to 21 upon 4. Now, many a times in my previous lectures also I have said कि whenever question has sum and product of two numbers, try to get difference of the numbers, that is a minus b or b minus a, so that we can use this equation number 1, and the obtained subtraction equation to get the values of a and b. So let's see what we can do here. I can write a minus b the whole square equals to a plus b the whole square minus 4ab. So what will be a plus b the whole square? 25 minus 4ab will be 21. So this will be equals to 4. So that means a minus b will be equals to plus or minus 4. Let's say I took the a minus b is equals to 4. So if I add equation 1 and this, what I'll get? I'll get 2a is equals to 9. So a is equals to 9 by 2. Am I right? Yeah. And if a is equals to 9 by 2, let us substitute it anywhere. If I substitute in 1, I'll get b is equals to 5 minus 9 by 2, which is equals to half. So from this, my equation of line will become x upon 9 by 2 plus y upon half is equals to 1. So if I take LCM, 2x plus 2y, so 2x upon 9, so plus upon 9 plus, I'll get 2y is equals to 1. So if I take LCM, I'll get 2x plus 18y is equals to 9. Is there any option? No. That means this is not an answer. So let us do now for a minus b is equals to minus 4. Again, if I add these two, I'll get 2a is equals to 1 and a is equals to half. Correct? So if a is equals to half, let us get the value of b. B will be equals to 5 minus half. which is equals to 9 by 2. So now my equation of line will be x upon 1 by 2 plus y upon 9 by 2 is equals to 1. So 2x plus 2y upon 9 is equals to 1. So 18x plus 2y is equals to 9. Okay. Did we make some calculation error? Is it, guys? A plus b is 5, ab is 24. So a minus b the whole square is, oh, minus 4ab. 4. Oh, yes. We made a blunder here. A minus b will be equals to plus minus 2. So, yeah. We can erase this all out. A minus b equals to plus 2. So, if I add, I'll get 2a is equals to 7 and this will be 7 by 2. So, I'll get 5 minus 7 by 2, which is 3 by 2. So, upon 7 by 2, 3 by 2. So, I'll get 6x plus 14y is equals to 20. And if so this is not my option. So, if a minus b is equals to minus 2. So, if I add, I'll get 2a is equals to 3. So, a is equals to 3 by 2. And if a is 3 by 2, b will be equals to 5 minus 3 by 2, which is 7 by 2. And if I substitute it here, I think I'll get my answer. So x upon 3 by 2 plus y upon 7 by 2. So 2x upon 3 plus 2y upon 7 is equals to 1. So 14x plus 6y is equals to 21. Yeah. So this is my answer, which is option 3. Sorry, as you all know, my calculations are very weak. So yeah, this is my answer. So let's see the next question here. So again, we have the question in terms of intercepts. So in such cases, we can obviously do it with slope point form, but I personally prefer to do it with double intercept form. So let's get here. Product of intercept of straight line is 1 and line passes to this, then equation is. Okay, let me tell you, here we can also use the options and get the answer. So this is a very tricky approach, you can say, or out of the box, that we'll use the options, not out of the box. Many of the times we'll use the options. So let us try here how to use the options. So here it is given a product of intercept of straight line is 1 and line passes through minus 12 comma 1. So let us substitute this point in all of the options and check whether the options are satisfied or not. So if I substitute minus 24 plus 1, yes, this option is satisfied. Here minus 12 plus 1, this is also satisfied, correct? Yeah. Here minus 12 plus 13, this is also satisfied. And here this is not satisfied, we can clearly. So that means I rejected option number 4, that is option D. Let's check the other options or the other condition. The intercept, product of intercept is 1. So for this, x intercept is half and y intercept is 1 by 25. So their product is not equals to 1. That means option 1 is gone. Option 4 is already gone. Let's check for option number 3. X intercept. I hope you know how to find x intercept. Just put y equals to 0. And y intercept is 1 by 4. So yeah, if we product them, we get 1. So this is my answer, that is option number 3. Obviously, option number 2 will not satisfy because we do not have multiple options here. This is JEE main, so we have only one option correct. right? I hope you know how to find x-intercept and y-intercept. To find x-intercept, just put y equals to 0. So if I put y equals to 0 here, these terms cancel out and I get x equals to 4. That means x-intercept is 4. So let's look at the next question with the option. Yeah. So let us read the question again. If the portion of the straight line intercepted between coordinate axes is divided at 1 comma minus 2 in the ratio 1 is to 2. Okay, so let us break down this question and let me explain you how do the question, how to understand the question. So it is given that, okay, let us first make the diagram. So here we have y-axis and x-axis. He's saying that there is a portion of the line. Let's say the portion is A and B. So AB is a portion of the line intercepted between coordinate axes is divided at 1 comma minus 2. Let's say this point is 1 comma minus 2. And in the ratio 1 is to 2. So let's say this is 1, this is 2. So and say this point is P. Then we have to find the equation of line AB. So what we can do here is, see, we'll make it simpler diagram here. Let's say this is A, this is B. As A is on x-axis, its coordinates will be, let's say, A comma 0, or we can say x-intercept is A, B is 0 comma B, or we can say y-intercept is B. There is a point P here, which divides 1 is to 2, and the coordinates of point P are 1 comma minus 2. So if we apply the section formula, so I'll get 1 is equals to 1 into 0. Obviously, this goes to that side if you know the diagram, and this ratio comes to this side, plus 2 into A upon, okay, here is 1 minus 2, right? Oh, sorry, 1 is to 2 it is, right? Yeah. This goes here, this goes to here. So 1 into 0 plus 2 into A upon 1 plus 2. That means 3 is equals to 2A, or I'll get A is equals to 3 by 2. And if I equate y coordinate, I'll get minus 2 is equals to 1 into B plus 2 into 0 upon 1 plus 2. So minus 6 equals to B, right? So B is equals to minus 6. Equation of line intercept form is x upon A plus y upon B is equals to 1. Let us substitute the values. So x upon 3 by 2 plus y upon minus 6 is equals to 1. So if I multiply by 2, I'll get LCM 6. So 4x minus y is equals to 6. This is my answer. 4x minus y is equals to 6, or option number 3, 4x minus y minus 6 equals to 0. So I hope you understood this question. If yes, we can proceed to the next question. Come on, let's see. Yeah, this is a classic question of locus. It's a classic question of locus. So what does this question say? Let us read through this. A point passes through, a line passes through the point, cuts the coordinate axis in A and B. Suppose a line passes through a point. Let's say, okay, an equation of locus of midpoint of AB. Let's again draw the diagram. Since they are talking about coordinate axis, we'll draw x-axis and y-axis. Here is a line. Suppose this line is passing through some point, say here A comma B, and it cuts the coordinate axis A and B. So let this point be A and let this point be B. Then the locus of midpoint of AB. So here, let's say this is midpoint of AB P and H comma K. As we all know, we assume the point of which we have to find the locus as H comma K. So let us find H comma K. Let this be x-intercept, which is x1 comma 0, and this be y-intercept 0 comma y1. So obviously now we are talking about in terms of x-intercept and y-intercept. That's why we'll use double intercept form. I am taking the questions specifically like this of double intercept form so you can understand when to use the double intercept form. Basically, whenever in the question there is a mentioning of x-intercept and y-intercept both, then we prefer to use double intercept form. So here, what is the double intercept form? X upon x1 plus. Here we have already used a and b, they have already given, therefore we cannot use a and b. So y upon y1 is equals to 1. Now it says that h and k is midpoint of this. So that means I can write, this is the midpoint, right? So 2h is equals to x1 and 2k is equals to y1. So here I can write x, okay? And also the line passes through a comma b. So a comma b must satisfy the equation of line. So let us substitute a comma b. I'll get a upon x1. What is x1? 2h plus b upon 2k is equals to 1. So I can write a upon h plus b by k is equals to 2. Now in the last part of or the last step of the locus, we substitute h की जगह पे x and y की जगह पे k. Sorry, h की जगह पे x, k की जगह पे y. So my equation will become a upon x plus b upon y is equals to 2. Which option it is, guys? It is option number 1. A upon x plus b upon y equals to 2. So I hope you got the question here. Obviously, in locus may we assume the point of which we have to find the locus as h comma k, and then we use the conditions such that we get an equation in terms of h and k. Once we get the equation in terms of h and k, we just substitute h is equals to x and k is equals to y. Let's see the next. Yeah. Now this is a very good question, obviously, and also it is asked in previous JEE mains. Let us see this question carefully. What does it say? It says that a straight line is drawn through the point such that its point of intersection is a distance from 2, 1 inclination. Now, let me give you one general tip which I usually give. 1 second. Just a second, guys. I think someone is on unmute. Yeah. Okay. Let's now focus here. So okay. Yeah. So let us read the question. Yeah, I was saying कि whenever a coordinate geometry question comes, or any question for that purpose, maths, which looks a bit confusing when we are reading it right away. That is, we start reading continuously without taking any breaks. So I would suggest that you read the questions while taking some breaks, like take some information, try to figure it out what it is saying, and then proceed the question further. So let's say here, I am saying the equation of line such that the perpendicular distance from, I think this is the another one, right? we did this, we did this, we did this, we also did this. Yeah, we were doing this. So let's again read the question. A straight line drawn through the point such that it points of intersection. So let's say, where should I make the diagram? Okay, I'll make it here. There is a straight line drawn to the point 2, 1 such that its point of intersection with the line. So let's say there is another line which is x minus y is equals to 1 and its point of intersection be, let's say P, is at a distance of 18 units and let this be point B. So this distance it is given to be 18 and we have to find the inclination of this line which is this line L. So inclination means we have to find the value of theta. So in such cases it is best to use the symmetric form or symmetric form of straight line, I guess. Correct? So here let us use that. So what is the symmetric form of straight line, or you must know as parametric form also. So this is a classic example of when to use parametric form. So parametric form says that the equation of line L, the equation of line L will be x minus, what is the point? 2 upon cos theta is equals to y minus 1 upon sin theta is equals to, what is the distance? It is, sorry, root 18. Yeah. So it will be under root of 18. Now from here, we can get the coordinates of a point which is at a distance of root 18. So let's say which point is at a distance of root 18? It is point P. So let's say I'll get the coordinates of P as, what I'll get, x as root 18 cos theta plus 2 and I'll get y as root 18 sin theta plus 1. Correct? So these are the coordinates of point P. Now as you can see, point P lies on this line, that is x minus y is equals to 1. So that means P must satisfy that line. So P must satisfy x minus y equals to 1. So let us substitute the value of x. X is root 18 cos theta minus y is root 18 sin theta, and plus 2 minus 1 will be plus 1 is equals to 0. Sorry, is equals to, we have 1. So root 18 cos theta plus 2 minus root 18 sin theta minus is equals to 1. So here 1 and 1 get cancelled. So we can take root 18 or divide by root 18. I'll get cos theta minus sin theta is equals to 0. That means tan theta is equals to 1. And that means theta is equals to pi by 4. Simple. What is pi by 4? Pi by 4 is the inclination, because we know theta is means inclination. Got it? So this is a good example of when to use the symmetric form or parametric form. Let's look at the next question again. Yeah. Try to read the question bit by bit. Then it will be better for you to understand. So please let us read together. The equation of line such that the perpendicular distance from origin makes an angle of 30 degree with x-axis. So yeah, if we try to draw the diagram, you will get to know that this is a normal form of the line. So let us draw the diagram. X-axis, y-axis. Suppose this is the line and it's a perpendicular distance from origin. So let's say this is the perpendicular distance. This is point P. And this makes an angle of 30 degrees. And the triangle formed, let us name the triangle OAB. So the triangle formed is the area of 50 root 3. So let us use the conditions first. So we can get the equation of line by normal form, which is x cos 30 plus y sin 30 is equals to, let's say suppose P. where p is the distance from origin, small p. Correct? So what is cos 30? It is root 3 by 2. So root 3x plus y, I'll take the 2 as m, is equals to 2p. So let's say what will be the x-intercept? X-intercept, put y equals to 0, it will be 2p by root 3. And what will be y-intercept? Y-intercept will be 2p. So that means point A will be 2p by root 3, comma 0, and point B will be 0, comma 2p. Am I right? Yes. And this is right angle triangle, guys. This is the base. And this is the height and base. So area of triangle, let me write it here. Area of triangle is given as 50 root 3 will be equal to half into base. Base is 2p by root 3 into height. Height is 2p. So I guess this will get cancelled. Root 3 will get multiplied here. So I'll get 150 is equals to 2p square. Correct? Am I right? Yes. So that means p square will be equals to 75. That means p will be equals to root 75. 25 3s are, na? So I can write 5 root 3. Obviously, we have to put plus or minus. Just substitute it here. So my equation of line here will become root 3x plus y is equals to plus minus 10 root 3. Why 10? Because it is 2p here. So my option will be option number 3. I hope you are getting it. These are some nice questions on how to use various forms of line as and when required by the question. We have seen how to use a double intercept form or when to use a double intercept form. Secondly, we have seen when to use a parametric form. And third, in this question, we saw when to use a normal form. Correct? Now, these are some classic questions. So don't miss this. Please ask. Just pay attention here. Got it? Let's see the next one. Yeah, I'll let you try this on your own. So I'll give you 1 minute. Please try on your own. Come on, I'll move aside and you can read the question and try. Come on, let us read the question. The equation of straight line passing through 1, 1, and a distance of 3 units from point -2, 3. So let us try to imagine the situation. Let's say this is a straight line whose equation is, I don't know the equation, which passing through 1, 1 and distance from this point, which is -2, 3, is given as 3 units. This is 3 units. So let's say this is a perpendicular distance. So I have the point. So I can write the equation of line. Let us write the equation of line as in slope point form. So y minus y1 is equals to m x minus x1. So what equation I got? I got mx minus m is equals to y minus 1. Let's bring everything on left hand side. So mx minus y plus 1 minus m is equals to 0. So this is the equation of the line L which passes through the point 1, 1. Now let us use a perpendicular distance formula because it is given that perpendicular distance is 3. So let us use the formula here. I'll get 3 is equals to, I hope to use a perpendicular distance formula, mod of, I'll get minus 2m minus 3 plus 1 minus m upon under root of m square plus 1. So let us simplify it. So I get 3 is equals to mod of minus 2m minus m. So minus 3n minus 3m minus 2 upon under root of m square plus 1. So let us cross multiply in square. So I'll get 9 m square plus 1 is equals to 3m plus 2, the whole square. Correct? Let us open the brackets. I'll get 9m square plus 9 is equals to 9m square plus 3 to the 6 to the 12m plus 4. 9m square will get cancelled. So I'll get 12m is equals to 5. So m is 5 by 12. Let us substitute the value of m here. So we'll get our answer. Simple. So if we substitute m equals to 5 by 12, should I rub this diagram? Let us see. So 5 by 12x minus y plus 1 minus 5 by 12 is equals to 0. So I'll get 5x minus 12y plus 7 is equals to 0. Is there an option? Yes, we have option number 3. This is my answer. I hope you got it. Let's see the next question. Yeah, again a good question. Now I'll let you do this question yourself, because in the last question we saw how to use a perpendicular distance formula. This question is also same, based on using perpendicular distance formula and a little bit of trigonometry you should know. That is basically the multiple angles and submultiple angles. So you will finish it. Let me move aside so you can read the question and do it. Let's see. Let us read the question. If P1 and P2 denotes the length of perpendicular from origin on the lines, then we have to find its value. So let us calculate P1. I hope you remember the perpendicular distance formula. I think P1 will be equals to origin on this line. So I'll get 0 plus 0 minus 2a upon under root of sec square alpha plus cosec square alpha. So that is basically 2a upon under root of, I can write sec square alpha as 1 upon cos 1 upon sine square. I think mod is not necessary. Is it positive, right? Okay, no problem. So if I cross multiply, I'll get sine square plus cos square, which is 1. So I'll get 2a sine cos, which is basically a into sine 2 alpha. This is the value of P1. Let us find the value of P2, guys. P2 will be equals to 0 plus 0 minus a cos 2a. I think this should be 2 alpha. Let us see if it is 2 alpha or not. Correct? There is a printing mistake. So upon under root of cos square alpha plus sine square alpha. This will be 1. So I'll get P2 as a cos 2 alpha. Yeah, it is 2 alpha, guys. It is 2 alpha. Right? It is 2 alpha. So we got P1. We got P2. So let us find P1 upon P2 and P2 upon P1. So P1 upon P2, this upon this. So A sine upon A cos, which is equals to tan 2 alpha. And that means P2 upon P1 will be equals to cot 2 alpha. Now we have to add these. So my answer will be basically tan 2 alpha plus cot 2 alpha, the whole square, as we have square here. So let us convert tan and cot into sine and cos. So what we'll get here, guys? Sine upon cos plus cos upon sine, the whole square. The angle is 2 alpha. So I'll get sine square plus cos square, which is 1 upon sine cos, the whole square. So if I multiply and divide by 2, I'll get 2 upon 2 sine cos, the whole square, which is 4 upon, what is 2 sine cos? It is sine 4 alpha, sine square 4 alpha. Here it is square, so I'll get 4 into cosec square 4 alpha as my answer. 4 into cosec square 4 alpha. So 4 into cosec square 4 alpha, that is my option number 2. So a basic trigonometry of compound angle, oh sorry, multiple submultiple angle you should know, and then it is already hence proved, we already, it is simple. Let's see the next question. Yeah. So let us again read the question again. The question says the equation to the base of an equilateral triangle is this. So I have an equilateral triangle whose equation, whose equation of the base is given as x, let me write it here, plus y is equals to 2. And one of the vertex is 2 comma minus 1. So to find which vertex is 2 comma minus 1, let us say the vertices are A, B and C. So if 2 comma minus 1 is any of the vertices B or C, then it must satisfy the equation of this line, because B and C both lie on this line. So let us see, if I put 2 minus 1 is equals to 1. So that means it is not satisfying the equation of this line, because we are getting 2 minus 1 is equals to 2. So we are not getting LHS equals to RHS. That means the vertex given is the vertex A, whose coordinates are 2 comma minus. So to find the area of equilateral triangle, so I think we know area of equilateral triangle is root 3 by 4 into side square, right? If you don't know, it is better to, if you remember, area of equilateral triangle is root 3 by 4 into side square. That means we needed the length of side. So before getting the length of side, we can get the perpendicular length or we can get the height by using the perpendicular distance formula. So what this will be, let's say this distance is small p. So I can get p is equals to, you can use the perpendicular distance formula, right? So let us substitute 2 minus 1 minus 2 upon under root of 1 square plus 1 square. So that means p is equals to 1 by root 2. So that means this distance, let's say this is AM, is 1 by root 2. This is 60 degree. So if I use sine 60 degree here, I'll get the side, I think. So sine 60 degree is equals to opposite, which is AM upon hypotenuse, which is the side length. So we have the value of AM, it is P, which is 1 by root 2 upon side. What is sine 60? It is root 3 by 2. So that means 1 by root 2 into side is equals to root 3 by 2. So if I cross multiply, I'll get side. Side length is 2 by root 6. Let's substitute it here. So what will be the area? Area will be equals to root 3 by 4 into iska square. So 4 by 6. 4 and 4 will get cancelled. Here also we can cancel something out. I think, yes, we have to rationalize it, I guess. Yeah, if we rationalize it, I'll get root 3, 3 upon 6 root 3. That means 1 upon 2. 1 upon 2 root 3. So is there, yeah, we have it option number 2. So we got the answer option number 2. Just remember the formula of area of equilateral triangle. which is root 3 by 4 upon, sorry, into side square. So yeah, let's see next question. This is a very simple question. I think you all can do it very easily. So the image of the point with respect to line y equals to x is point Q. So we all know that if we take image of any point in the line y equals to x, does the coordinates get interchanged? So that means coordinates of Q will be equals to 5, 3, and the image of Q with respect to line y equals to 0. Now y equals to 0 means, guys, it is x-axis. Y equals to 0 means it is x-axis, and let's say this is x-axis and this is a point 5, 3. This is the y-axis. So if I take its image, only the y coordinate will change because we got into the. So this will be my point R, which is 5, -3. So yeah, that is my option number A, or first. I hope you got it right. This is the first quadrant, both are positive. This is the image, that means the coordinates will remain same, just the sign will change. Sign will change into 5, -3. Let's see the next question. Yeah, this is about the ray of light. So let us try to draw a diagram. It is also a very nice question. A ray of light passing through the point. Let me draw the diagram here. So let's say this is a reflection surface. You draw this like this in physics, right? So a ray of light passing through point 8, 3. So this is point, let's say 8, 3. And this is the ray of light. Is reflected at 14, 0. So this point is 14, 0. That means this is the x-axis. If it is reflected here, it will move like this. Then the equation of the reflected ray. So to find the equation, let's say this is L. You have to find the equation of L. So this is the normal, which is x equals to 40. So again, to find equation of line, we use slope point form. So that means we need slope and point. So can you see any point on this line L? Yes, we can see the point, that is point A. Let this be point B. So point A is 14, 0. Point A is 14, 0. So we already know the point where through which line L passes. Line L passes through point A. Now we just need the slope. So for this, just now we studied reflection in the previous sum. You got to know why I took that question previously. So as you can see, x equal to 14. If I get the reflection of B in this line, x equals to 14. Now remember, this line x equals 14 is perpendicular to y-axis. Sorry, parallel to y-axis and perpendicular to x-axis. So, let's say here, suppose we have somewhere y-axis. So if this point is 8, 3, then this point, did we made a mistake here? 8, 3. Yeah, so this point, if we took this line, this point will be 14, 3. So this distance is 6. And since we are on the coordinate plane and this is the reflection, so this distance will be equal to this distance. This is also 6. So this point, 8 say 14, 6. So 14 say 6 will be 20, 3. Let's say this point is B dash. So this is the important part here. As we can see, we use the logic of reflection, or you can use the big formula of image of a point, right? But I hope you know the image of the point ka formula. This one, that x minus x1 upon a is equal to y minus y1 upon b is equal to minus 2ax1 plus by1 upon that formula. So you can use that as well, but no need to use it here, because here we can use easily geometry. Why geometry? Because this is the coordinate plane we are talking about. So 8, 3, 14, 3, distance is 6. Now again, since this distance is equal to this distance, because it is image, that's why if this is 14, 3, just move 6 units away from 14, 3. That will be 20, 3. So we got the 2 points A and B dash on line L. What do we need now? Slope. Slope will be equals to y2 minus y1. So 20 minus 14, sorry, y2 minus y1. Na? So 3 minus 0. This is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. So y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, which is 20 minus 14, which is 3 by 6, which is equals to half. So we got the slope. What is the point? This is the point. So equation of slope point form is y minus y1 is equals to m x minus x1. If I cross multiply, I get 2y is equals to x minus 14. Let's take everything on the right hand side. So x minus 2y equals to 14. I think third is the option, right? X minus 2y equals to 14. 2y is equals to x minus 14. So this we can get here. This is a classic example of using image of a point formula, although we didn't use image of a point. But say imagine this would not be x-axis. If this would not be x-axis, then we cannot use this geometry that we did here, because then the distances will not be 6 and 6. So in that case, we have to use the formula this of image of a point. So yeah, let's remember. But generally, they don't ask such questions where this is not, as much as I've seen, it is always either x-axis or either y-axis. Let's see the next question. Yeah, this is also a good question. Let's read. Remember, I told you to read the question by breaking the questions, right? Don't try to read the question while like एक साथ, in one stretch. Take pauses in between and try to grasp what the question is trying to say. So I'll give you 2 minutes here. So let's say what you can do. So line is drawn through point P at an angle, which I hope you read the question. I'll start reading with x-axis. Okay, so that means this is theta. Theta means inclination. The points on the line are opposite sides of P. Okay, let us try to draw the diagram. This is a given line, and let's say this is point P, 1, 2, and this is the line. Right, guys? Yeah. The points on the line opposite sides of P. So let's say these are 2 points A and B, which are on opposite sides of P at a distance of root 8. This is also root 8. Got it? So this is the distance which is root 8. And we have to find the points A and B. Now, if you remember, we did this type of question where the distance was root 18, if you remember. Root 18. Do you remember? Do you recall it? Just now, only 3-4 sums back, I think. So there we use the symmetric form or the parametric form. So let us use the parametric form again here. So this is the classic case build-up of using the parametric form. The parametric form is x minus, this is my given point, right? x1 comma y1. So x minus 1 upon cos theta. What is theta? 3 pi by 4. is equal to y minus 2 upon sine theta is equals to distance is root 8. Now, if you know in parametric form, here we use plus or minus. Why we use plus or minus? Because plus indicates distance root 8 on one side, which will give us the point B. And let's say minus indicate the distance on the other side, which will get me the point A. So what is sine cos 3 pi by 4? Na? Cos 3 pi by 4. So I'll get x minus 1 upon minus 1 by root 2 is equals to y minus 2 upon 1 by root 2 equals to plus minus 8. So if I cross multiply, root 2 ko we can cross multiply, right? So minus x plus 1 is equals to y minus 2 is equals to plus minus 8 root 8. So I'll get here root 16 and which is plus minus 4. So let's for plus 4 minus x plus 1 is equals to y minus 2 is equals to 4. So here I'll get x is equals to minus 3 and y is equals to 6. Correct, na? Yeah. And if I take minus x plus 1 is equals to y minus 2 is equals to minus 4. So I'll get x is equals to 5 and y is equals to minus 2. So here my points are minus 3 comma 6 and 5 comma minus 2. Is there any option? Minus 3 comma 6. Minus 3 comma 6 we have. Okay, that means the option is D, which is none. I hope we didn't make a calculation mistake again. Then option will be none of this. But yeah, apart from calculation, this is the same logic we used for using parametric form. Correct? Now let's see the next question here. I think time is up. So let's not do the question here. I think it'll take more time rather than let's end the lecture and we'll continue with the questions. I hope you understood the questions. Here my main aim was to tell you or think like that ki when to use which equation of line. So basically we in general we always use slope point form, but when there are specific cases which build up, so that we have to use the double intercept form or the parametric form or the normal form. So these forms can also be used to get equation of a line, provided the cases build up like that or the given information is in terms of like that. I hope you understood the today's lecture, and if you have any doubt you can ask, or else we'll end the lecture. Thank you guys. Bye bye everyone. Have a great Sunday. I hope you are all had a great Diwali and you came back to your school. Bye bye.